Hey, this is Notser, and I'm back. Sort of. I got the flu. My girlfriend and I, we turned it into a vacation. That's why you haven't seen a video in a while. And then we turned it into, let's just stay sick for a week after because we got the Russian flu. So on Monday I came back, but I couldn't do anything. There's no way. The flu took hold Monday night. My girlfriend, unfortunately, she had the flu Friday before we left. You spend enough time in a city. I think they had like 30 or 40% of their population with the flu. It was just really bad. And that happens, right? But we're going to just talk about the Community Contributor Summit and be real chill about it. So the Community Contributor Summit, 10th and 11th, what was the purpose? The purpose was to reward the community contributors, outline the future of the game, but also the program, the community contributor program, and sort of get a good gauge of where we sit. And I think we accomplished all that. Obviously, a lot of this is under NDA. I can't really talk about it, but the main goal was to present a unified community contributor group. For a long time, Wargaming have functioned with their community contributors being separate from each region. And there has been good and bad things about that. The good thing is that you have regional communication, so you don't miscommunicate. The people I would normally talk to are Americans, so we all have the same sort of understanding. It's the same with European, same with Russian. You get used to a localized communication, and that works out. But because of the internet, it's a lot less relevant. We just communicate so much globally that we all have a certain understanding of what we're trying to communicate, right? So they wanted to unify the community contributor group into a global team and sort of outline what they expect, what they want to do for us and for the game. They're very happy with the community contributors. They feel like we help drive and excite the developers. They do the exact same thing for me. So I was really happy. Here's a picture of all the community contributors who were in attendance. There are employees. You might notice that there is a really nice hoodie. The blue with the light blue. That was swag for the community contributors. I would love if they would sell that because it's fantastic. I will probably try and do more green screen stuff. And I'll definitely wear it. It's got Wargaming patches all over it. Really high quality. It's double layered. Russian winters, you can imagine. That was a focus. But I couldn't be more happy with the entire experience. The meet and greet was fantastic. All those lovely people. It was great to meet all of you. I don't remember everyone's name, and I can't list it off, but I know your faces. I know who you are. It was wonderful. Met some of the key developers who were in charge of the summit. They're sort of escorting us around to make sure that everything worked out. Most of the developers, obviously, working very hard on the game. You might have seen some silly pictures, Jingles trying to colonize and others. But on the whole, there are not actually a lot of pictures from inside the development studio. That is because it was all under NDA. You can imagine a game development studio has a lot of things under NDA. And I can't talk about what I saw. But we walked around, got to see a lot of cool, funny desks, personal desks, naval flags, nerd stuff. I got to see a giant fuzzy torpedo, a stuffed fuzzy torpedo. I wanted to steal it so bad. It was like the size of my desk, and I have a giant desk. I'd say my desk is probably like 3 meters, which is, 3 yards or 9 feet. It's great. I want it so bad. And the developers were laughing about what we saw and all that stuff. I saw some Portal stuff. They have a little turret. Saw their release schedule. Up to a lot of patches. But we can't talk about any of that. But this is what you would expect, right? A lot of bugs that they want to squash, a lot of future premium releases, a lot of future content for the game. Some of it they've talked about the U.S. cruiser split is coming very soon. They just announced that you will get access to, I think, a U.S. commander with unique features similar to Yamamoto. Just like the Yamamoto campaign, it will last until the end of time. So don't feel like you're in a rush to earn the captain. You can earn it in the campaign, as long or as short as it takes you. And a lot of great stuff. I think there's a premium camouflage for the Cleveland that they showed off, which looks very American, and I must have it. Very, very eagle, freedom, screaming democracy. I need that on my tier 8 Cleveland. But it was great. It was great to see all the future content, which I can't talk about. And I'm sorry for that. Got to see where they make their media, their YouTube and all that stuff. And it's great. It's really cool to see the effort that they put into it. They've got a cool, I don't know how to describe it. It's a meeting room that's underwater, sort of. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. It was really fun to be there. But the primary reason for the summit, they discussed in pretty good detail what the globalized community contributor would look like. And it's going to outline what you need to do to become a community contributor, what you need to do to maintain status as a community contributor. Community contributors do get rewards in the form of the giveaways, also extra contact with developers, and they encouraged us. Now, this is the one thing that you guys will be disappointed on. I can't answer any questions that you might have asked because we had a question and answer, but it was under NDA because it was completely candid. They straight up told us when they expected things to be done, what realistically can happen. And I was super impressed by the entire experience. However, I can't share any of that. So they were like, well, since you can just talk to us on our Discord, just ask the question that you want to ask. And if it's under NDA, we'll say under NDA. If it's not, well, I can freely answer it and share it to you. The same way I've been doing with the Missouri and also I believe the FPS glitch or the Citadel issue that they had introduced and now have fixed. So yeah, that's how those questions will be answered. They were answered, and they were answered very candidly, but I can't talk about that. So we got to check all that out. The community contributor program is exciting. I'm glad to be a part of it. The global aspect is good because we get direct communication to individuals who are working in the Saint Petersburg development studio. They can quite literally walk to the desk of the person that they want to have the question answered, get that answer, and then share it with us. And that's great. And they were very candid. They were very open. Obviously, all under NDA. Which is good and bad. It's good that they're not trying to hide anything, but you're not really going to know that unless you were in there and knowing it, hearing it for yourself. I could be lying to you. I could still be lying to you. I don't have audio proof that they said any of this, but regardless, it was great to be a part of a team that is so open. And checking out the studio was cool. So we ate lunch. We had a very interesting dinner. The dinner was a 7-course meal at some palace museum, and it was cool. Very different food. Jello meat. Not used to that. I'm used to beef stroganoff. That's probably the most exported Russian food. I've eaten it like 1,000 times. It's very good. So it was cool. It was good and bad from my experience. I don't do well with very exotic foreign food. I have issues. But it was cool regardless to experience. And you probably saw some of the pictures. I personally was at a table with Euro, Kalorn, the captain, my girlfriend, and myself. I saw my Discord. Some of you got a picture and you were like, who's that Notser has his arm around? That's my girlfriend. It's not the interpreter. She joined me and it was great. Everyone was really nice. Euro, you probably heard of the saga. He was stuck in St. Petersburg for longer than I was because he lost his passport. Don't lose your passport, or you quite literally will be in a really bad spot. But it was great to talk to them. It was Wonderful, right? That was the first day. Second day, we see the Central Naval Museum of Russia. Has a bunch of trophies and a bunch of mock-ups of ships through the history, and it was great to see. I can't wait to see some of these ships in game for the Soviet Navy and the Russian Navy, and it'll be great. And then we came back to the studio. We were working on a map on the first day, and the second day we actually played the map. I just want a map that sort of is attack defend, or sort of like Star Trek, where in the new Star Trek, where they jump in to Vulcan and like everything is obliterated. I would love to see some sort of trying to escape from a harbor that's being bombarded or something like that, and there's just wrecks everywhere, the carcasses. It'd just be interesting. But the second day, we checked out that map. It was cool just to, have fun with everyone. We were very close to each other, so people were like screen sniping, and it was just fun. It was funny to do. Almost pulled a Notser. You might have seen some of that from Jingles, but it was really cool. I think we can say that we checked out a prototype for carriers. I think I could say that. I can't say anything else. I can't say if it was good or bad, just that we did check that out. So that took a significant amount of time. We gave our feedback. As you might imagine, all this was under feedback. They are not afraid of feedback. And I totally respect it. A lot of community contributors, let them know what they thought. You might have seen the result of that communication, and you will just never know that because of the way everything's synced up and it was under NDA. But they are definitely open to our direct feedback. So if you want people to look at stuff, talk to community contributors. Wargaming is definitely listening to us, and that's great. And then they had a slide with all the, the American campaign, Admiral Halsey, the very freedom-proud camo for the Cleveland, which I will have. You probably have seen it. It's got eagles, star-spangled, everything that you want. I hope that I really think it would be cool if the horn would play some dun 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 dun, or something ridiculous. It has to be so over the top because it was great. I hope that we see that for all of the future, Commander campaign stuff. This campaign, just like Yamamoto, will last until the end of time, so there's no rush. It's cool. It's great. Second flag for the Americans. Maybe the second camo, so color. So all that's great. We got a Tier 9 and a Tier 10 announcement for the Akizuki branch. And yes, they're going to be like the Akizuki, just bigger and better. And I'm excited for that. Not really excited because I have to work on 2 Japanese commanders. And Akizuki, as many of you know, requires a very significant investment in commander skills to be super successful. So I'll have to do that. But I'm glad we're getting those I'm not going to complain. I'm just laughing because I'm going to need a 14 or a 15 or a 19 to really do all I want to do in those ships. And that was pretty much the icing on the cake. So the event was great. Thank you, Wargaming employees who I met. I consider you a friend. You guys made it great. You made my girlfriend feel like family, and she never met you in her life. And I can't thank you for more than I already am. It was wonderful. For the viewers, if you want a chance at a space camo, please follow my Twitter, and please do it very soon. I'm going to be randomly selecting a follower. I will direct message you and ask you which one you want. And please do this. I'm going to be doing this giveaway in a week or so. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time. And I'm sorry for being sick.